I'm like, wow, she can't put it in words. But all I know is that it drained her mentally and physically to the extent of exhaustion. And I'm like, wow, man, that's deep. Now, she's having an emotional moment. She's feeling something, obviously, that I cannot tap into. A lot of men probably don't even, they're like, look, I tell you what, I'll be back later. You work it out. I'll check you out later. I don't know what you're going through, but I'm going. Well, I didn't want to do that. But I really didn't know what to do. And then I said, well, you know, when you're like this, what can I do to ease your, to, help you out of that? Because I don't know what's going on. And what did you say?
I said, take me into your arms and hold me tight and tell me everything's going to be all right.
Isn't that what I told you she said? And when you said, I said, oh, that's a no-brainer. I can do that. How hard could that be? Take you in my arms? Oh, shoot, that's easy, girl. I can do that. Until I saw it. And I realized it wasn't as easy as I thought it was. In other words, follow me now. She needs to be loved. She needs to feel love, which I am not even connected with these concepts. And then she needs to know that she's loved, which know that you're loved means under all circumstances throughout your entire life.
Because a woman goes through many changes. Physically, mentally, her body's changing, her emotions change, hormones go out of whack, She goes from youth and beauty to pre-menopausal, menopausal, hormones acting up, body changing shape, and all kinds of stuff. And she wants to know, is this man marrying me now because I'm young and beautiful? Or will he continue to love me even when all those things happen in my life?
And do you need him to tell you that?
Of course.
Do you need him to say the words?
Yes.
Wow. She needs to hear the words. What words do you need to hear now?
You're beautiful, and I love you.
Yes.
No matter what. You're like
All
fine.
that.
You always say like fine
Like
wine.
fine wine. That's right. That's right.
Fine wine.
Now check this out. I dare to propose here that the needs to be loved, to feel love, and to know that she is loved is the very essence of womanhood. What does that mean? When it says it's the very essence of womanhood, what does that mean?
The core.
It's the core.
Nothing else can replace it.
I mean, imagine. And now, as a man, are you realizing that? I mean, I'm not talking about now. I mean, like when you said I do and it's young and fresh. Are you thinking this way? I mean, do you know what she really needs? I mean, wow, it's like, no wonder the divorce rate is skyrocketing. Because we don't even know this. Yes, a woman's single, most universal and basic need is to be loved, nothing more, nothing less. That is her true desire. That's her true desire, to be loved by the one who's promised to what? To love her. Have you fulfilled your promise to her? Because you definitely made one. Matter of fact, you made a covenant when you said I do. Are you feeling what I'm saying? We were invited to go to Florida to do a workers' meeting among pastors. And I had a client come in, and she had the book Woman's True Desire. Danielle knew that we were trying to do something in relationship to emotions and disease, spotted the book, and then gave me a copy of the book, and I decided, as we're traveling, we decided to read the book. Long trip, let's read the book and see what it's all about. And as Sharia, my daughter's reading, the next paragraph, follow me, it says, the need to be loved is etched into a woman's innermost being, infusing the form and fabric of all her what?
Actions.
Her actions, all her actions, her what?
Dreams.
Her what? Her what?
Ambitions.
Her what?
Joy.
And
Sadness.
her what?
Hatred.
And
Desperation.
her,
Rebellion.
her,
Madness.
and in every,
Word.
every,
Gesture.
sigh and,
Mannerism.
and,
Every attitude.
every,
Look.
every kind of,
Behavior.
every,
Artifice.
every,
Seduction.
every,
Thought process.
every,
Irrational.
she invents to confirm it and to deny it, to hide it and flaunt it, to obliterate it and shout it from the rooftop. The need to be loved sculptures the contour of woman's what?
True desire.
My wife says, that's it. That's
reason why I was sobbing and crying and whining that day, and you asked me what was wrong and I couldn't tell you? That's it. I said, honey, you didn't feel loved? I mean, it's like I was shocked. You didn't feel loved? I was like, oh man, that's messed up. Can you feel what I'm saying? I said, Lord, I am in trouble.
Because again, it's that if there's three, to be loved, feel loved, and know you love, that's like three-legged stool again.
It is the three-legged
Some of those
stool.
parts were missing.
Yeah.
It means you love
I-
you have the rest of it.
I was protecting you physically because I made sure you had plenty to eat. Health is a three-legged stool, mind, body, spirit. I wasn't protecting her emotionally. Most men feel because you got a house, car, you got savings in the bank that she should be happy no matter what. But I never understood the emotional piece. I didn't realize I wasn't protecting her emotionally. If I was protecting her emotionally, she would have felt my way. Love. We were lacking what is called intimacy. Into you I see. I can feel your pain because we're so connected. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can take you in my arms, I can hold your hand, I can take you for that walk. We have a relationship together. I just don't want to do what I want to do. I want to do what you want to do also. Because we're sharing a life together. I know I'm the only one, right? Oh. I just thought I'd say that here. I am so thankful to God, though, because He answered my prayer. He showed me where I was failing. He showed me what I was missing. He showed me what she needed. Even though she couldn't articulate it, God found a way to show it to me. And I was grateful for that. They say marriage is a school from which you'll never graduate. And it's true. You'll always be learning. And I just love grace. I love the concept. Because it's so holy. It's so pure. It's not like this is your job and this is my job. That goes. And now we just really harmoniously recognize our need of one another and how much we get and grow and mature from one another. And it's sweet. It's really sweet. They say the need to be loved is an indelible, unalterable constant in the female psyche. In other words, you can't change it. It's fixed. God put it that way. He created her that way. When a man marries a woman, the man is being privileged by God to represent him in that marriage. The man is standing in that stead. He's representing God. And that's why it says in Ephesians 5, husband, love your wife as Christ has loved the church and gave himself for it. And in order for a man to do that, he has to experience a death of self. Because selfishness takes the place of love. Self has to die so he can feel the need and be willing to step up and fulfill the need. Do you feel what I'm saying? That's deep. It's an exalted position. I've heard men say, I don't want to be responsible for her feeling good. I'm like, oh man, it's too late, brother. Didn't he say I do? What part of, for better, for worse, for sickness, for poor, I know, but I'm like, what part of that? He used it when he got married. What part of that don't you understand? You're already locked in. God expects you to keep the covenant. It's interesting because at some point in every man's life, he dreams of going to work, especially when it's young, fresh, and coming home. And she's just going to kind of run to the door and throw her arms around him and, oh, honey, I'm so happy to see you. And am I right or wrong when I say that? But when you left to go to work, you just rushed out the door. You didn't even give her a hug or a kiss. A woman's like a mirror. She only reflects. She can only give what she receives. And and she doesn't receive it, guess what? She can't get it. God set it up that way. Believe it or not, God set it up that way. The only reason why Adam was able to love Eve in the light that he did was because it was a reflection of Adam's relationship with God. And when Adam sinned against God, he could no longer love Eve the way he did in the beginning. Do you see what I'm saying? And I realized in that moment, wow, as a man, the only way I'm going to, you know, if you want to stop arguing and fussing with the woman that you married, realize that your ability to love her and meet her needs is going to be based on your ability to fall in love with God. I realize the battle's not between me and her anymore. The battle now is really between me and God. Am I spending enough time with God? Am I, fellowshipping with God? Am I allowing God to fill me up with divine love? Am I allowing God to transform me to become more of a reflection of who He is? Am I, as a man, receiving from God? I can't give her divine love unless I receive it from God who is divine. Make sense? And I realized, wow, Lord, this is serious, man. I got to get right with you. If I can get it right with you, then it's going to be okay. Because then I'll have it to give her. Not only will I have it to give her, once she receives it, she'll have it to give to who? The children. The whole family's involved here. It's not just about her. The best gift that a man could ever give to the child that she bears him is to love the child's mother the way she needs to be loved. Do men know this? Do men understand this? Do they get this? And that's why the church is in the turmoil it's in, because the home is in turmoil. You know, not only that, because this is about disease. If a woman, you can see in that last paragraph, her whole life is tied up into this thing. Everything about her is tied up into this, yes? And then it says, a woman who knows, who senses she is not what? Experiences a profound what? Along with?
Pernicious anxiety.
As if mild and a foul what? She what? Wishing for what?
Self-destruction.
Or?
Destruction of others.
Woo! Not to be loved defies female logic. In her heart of hearts, she cannot what?
Comprehend.
Or?
Tolerate.
Or?
Accept.
A woman who is unloved drinks day and night of?
Bitter water.
That makes her?
Dizzy
And?
nauseous.
Plagued by?
Migraine.
And?
Nightmares.
And?
Palpitations, hallucinations,
And?
hysteria,
And?
phobia,
And?
obsession.
Woo! Her entire being seems to come unhinged. In short, woman's true desire is expressed in her absolute aversion to what? Indifferences. Woo! What are you doing to your wife? What are you doing to her? She's the weaker vessel. It says a woman needs to be loved. When it says a woman needs to be loved, it means a woman needs to receive love. From whom? Her husband. Who will never be able to give her what she needs unless he himself is in love with who? God. Ooh, the great I am. Just like we can put an end to all heart attacks and strokes. We can put an end to diabetes. We can put an end to cancer. We could put an end to divorces. It can all end right now. If you're willing to open your heart and allow God to speak to your what? Speak to your mind. Let me do something for you for a minute. I think you'll appreciate this. Yeah, let me do this. I want you to listen. I want you to listen to the words, and I want you to just really kind of internalize this. Are you ready for this? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Okay, hold on. I don't know why that turned off, but it did. It's amazing because every time I put a tape in here that I need you to listen to, it decides it want to just